Part 29. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 281. Otherwise, if the disappearance spreads in the Great Yan Kingdom, and everyone thinks that the Xia family can be bullied, then they don't need to survive anymore. As Qin Feng just flew over Yanlin City, he was surrounded by hundreds of people before he was far from the city gate. At this time, outside the city, the murderous intention was rising and falling, which attracted the attention of some people in the city. I said, pretending to be powerful will be struck by lightning. You crossed Yanlin City so aggressively and were surrounded by people. That's right, it's not good to be too high profile. Why do I think those people are dressed like people from the Xia family? Some cultivators discussed, and they saw those who intercepted and killed Qin Feng, and they talked about it. The kid dared to provoke our great Yan Xia family, surrender quickly, otherwise you will die without a burial place. A leading cultivator in the front took out a portrait and compared it with Qin Feng, and instantly saw that Qin Feng was the person they were looking for. Xia family? What Xia family? The cold light in Qin Feng's eyes made some low-level cultivators here feel like they were falling into an ice cellar. He really forgot. After all, he had too many enemies. He couldn't remember just a few minions. Are you from the Shentong Escort Agency? Yes, we are the main family of the Shentong Escort Agency, the Dian Xia clan. The four elders of the Xia clan said arrogantly. He was aggressive and murderous. The four of them joined forces, and there were many cultivators around, which made them fearless. As for the two maids and the cranes behind Qin Feng, they could not pose any threat to them at all. Boy, dare to offend our Xia family, who are you? Tell me your name. Qin Feng. Qin Feng looked indifferent. At this moment, the Qin family in Suanwu City was no longer the same as before. Its strength had leapt to become the first among the four major cities. I believe that when the heads of the various families return to the Qin clan to report on their work, the powerful Qin family in Suanwu City will surely be poured with a lot of resources, and its future growth will be even more unlimited. What? You are Qin Feng? When Qin Feng finished speaking, the four elders of the Xia family were all shocked and frightened. The news that Qin Feng and Qin Yi had fought and won a great victory in Ziding Mountain had already spread throughout the entire East Continent. Yanbei, one of the four major regions of East Continent, had also heard about Qin Feng a long time ago. At this moment, Qin Feng actually came to the Great Yan Kingdom, which really frightened them. However, the four elders thought about it and suddenly burst into endless murderous intent in their eyes. If Qin Feng had been hiding in the East region, their Xia family really didn't dare to do anything to him. After all, that was the territory of the ancient Qin clan, and the Xia family didn't dare to do too much. But now in the Great Yan Kingdom, it's different. This is their Xia family's territory. Qin Feng actually came here and wiped out another disciple of the Xia family. This is simply courting death. Go. The four elders looked at each other, their eyes were full of murderous intent, and then they waved their hands, unleashing fierce means to attack Qin Feng. The four people's cultivation was at the 5th level of moving mountains. They attacked together with great power. In the void, the killing style rushed to the sky and swept towards Qin Feng. Don't know whether to live or die. As Qin Feng's voice fell, he had a Taiyan 7 killing sword in his hand. The Taiyan 7 killing sword was swung out, and a rising dragon swept across, instantly cutting an elder in half and killing him. Because Qin Feng's move was too fast, and he was in the 3rd level of cultivation, this person was a little careless, and he killed an elder of the 5th level of moving mountains in an instant. So scary. Come together. The remaining 3 people looked at each other, and they attacked Qin Feng together. Qin Feng shook his head speechlessly. These people still couldn't figure out their own cultivation realm. They were really ignorant. Swish. Qin Feng used the sword to rise the dragon again, and 3 red dragons appeared in the void, with a strong momentum, sweeping across the sky. Swish! The sword energy swept the world, bursting with a 1,000-foot red light, and immediately attracted the attention of all the cultivators in the sky. These 3 moves of the red dragon were so terrifying that they instantly cut off the other 3 elders in half and fell into the void. At this moment, the hundreds of cultivators who wanted to besiege Qin Feng were instantly shocked and stunned. Here, everyone gasped. Qin Feng's strength was simply too powerful. He killed the 4 leading elders with a single move. They couldn't believe it. The elders of the Xia family were killed easily. Are the elders of the Xia family so weak? At the city gate, some cultivators felt incredible. When did the Xia family become so vulnerable? Hula! The hundreds of Xia family cultivators who were originally aggressive, how could they have the courage to resist? The 4 big bosses of their family had all been killed, which made them panic and scattered instantly. Qin Feng looked at the people who escaped. He didn't care, he was not a bloodthirsty person. As for these Xia family cultivators, he didn't care, let them escape, they couldn't cause any harm to him at all. After killing the 4 leading elders, Qin Feng was not interested, and followed the escaped people to the Xia family. Clearly killed the elders of the Asking Moving Mountain realm, but only got a diamond scratch card. Qin Feng was a little disappointed. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully using the diamond scratch card and getting 10,802 star fairy gold. After collecting the immortal gold, Qin Feng rode on the dragon horse again, and took Wang Shui and Zhou Qing'er to the capital of the Great Yan dynasty. After arriving near the capital, Qin Feng did not enter the capital of Great Yan directly, but went straight to the Suzaku Holy Land. The Suzaku Holy Land was in the mountains far away from the capital of Great Yan. Soon Qin Feng and his team found the holy mountain of the Suzaku Holy Land. Because the holy mountain of the Suzaku Holy Land was too sacred, the area was planted with ancient sycamore trees. This is a land of dragons, with a myriad of weather and majestic mountains, almost connected to the sky. The mountains here are beautiful, the aura is dense, and the content of aura in the air is also richer than other places. Practicing here is several times more than other places. This is the ancient Holy Land where the Suzaku Holy Land is located. Qin Feng rode a dragon horse and circled in the void, looking down at the Suzaku Holy Land below. This place is majestic, continuous, and has all kinds of imagery. Compared with this place, the 100,000 mountains he had seen before were really like fireflies and the bright moon. The fairy mountain of the ancient Qin clan on the forehead was more beautiful than the Suzaku Holy Land, but unfortunately, Qin Feng had never seen it. After he decided to take Suzaku away from here, he went to the fairy mountain of the Qin clan to take a look. When he came near the Suzaku fairy mountain, Qin Feng let the dragon horse land, and then he collected all the cranes and dragon horses. This place is the Suzaku Holy Land, and it cannot be too long. If you ride the dragon horse and force your way in directly, it will be too unreasonable. This time, he came just to see Suzaku, and he didn't want to be too strong. First of all, he had to check the situation of Suzaku girl. As Qin Feng approached the Suzaku Holy Mountain, the soul and thought suddenly sounded in Qin Feng's mind. Suzaku Holy Land, trespassers will die. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 282. On the Suzaku Sacred Mountain, there are many sycamore trees and surging divine springs. It is quiet and elegant, and the spiritual energy is abundant and pleasant. As the voice sounded, Qin Feng looked up and looked forward. On the bluestone of the mountain gate in front, there stood a powerful divine bird, which was covered with red scales. It was a powerful red-scaled eagle. The red-scaled eagle is also a descendant of a divine beast, but on this Suzaku Sacred Mountain, it can only guard the gate. You can imagine how extraordinary the Suzaku Sacred Land is. The mountain gate that Qin Feng came to was just one of the portals to enter the Suzaku Sacred Mountain, and it was not the main gate, so he did not meet many people. "Hello, Senior, I am a friend of the Suzaku Saint. I was invited to the Suzaku Sacred Land. This is my invitation." Qin Feng took Wang Shui and Zhou Qing'er forward and took out the invitation from the Suzaku Sacred Land. "Yes, this is the invitation from the Holy Mountain. So you are Qin Feng, you are really a handsome man." The red-scaled eagle's eyes flickered, and he was very interested in Qin Feng, who was in the limelight recently. "Thank you, Senior Liao. I want to ask, how is the Holy Lady of Vermilion Bird doing recently?" Qin Feng was humble, but he was not humble. He was not afraid of the red-scaled eagle in the mountain-moving realm. He casually took out a few hundred beast essence pills and handed them to the other party, making a gesture. "This beast essence pill is very useful for the descendants of the divine beast. It can purify their bloodline and is a rare precious medicine." "You mean the Suzaku Saint? She's been doing pretty well lately, her cultivation has advanced very quickly, she's already a master of the Yudong realm. I heard that on the day of the Saint Lord's birthday, they're going to choose a saint's son and get engaged to the Suzaku Saint." Red Scale Eagle nodded, he weighed the pill in his hand and said, Qin Feng was in the limelight at the moment, he should have been arrogant, but he didn't see a trace of arrogance in the other person was very good at being a person. A few days later, it will be the birthday of the Saint Lord of the Suzaku Holy Land. This is the biggest event in the Suzaku Holy Land in recent years, it's the Saint Lord's 800th birthday, it's attracting worldwide attention. Qin Feng frowned slightly when he heard this. Suzaku girl was his maid, to him, she was more like his confidant, or his powerful helper. How could he give Suzaku to someone else? "Senior, if I join the Zuk Holy Land now, do I still have a chance to compete for the position of the Holy Son?" Qin Feng's eyes condensed. The Suzaku Holy Land was a huge monster. If he forcibly seized the Suzaku, it would undoubtedly be like hitting a rock with an egg. But if he became the Holy Son of the Suzaku Holy Land, it would be different. At that time, he could defeat all the Holy Sons and leave with the Suzaku, which would be justified. In fact, every year there will be young disciples from the aristocratic families who challenge the Holy Sons of the Suzaku Holy Land. If they win, they can make a request. If Mr. Qin has the confidence to defeat the Holy Son of our Suzaku Holy Land, maybe he can compete with the Holy Son for the Holy Daughter. The red-scaled eagle transmitted the message with interest. It only thought Qin Feng was joking, but it still told Qin Feng such news. In his opinion, no matter how outstanding Qin Feng was, he could not be compared with the Holy Son of the Suzaku Holy Land. The saints of the ancient Holy Land were actually chosen as companions for the saints from the beginning. Their fate was destined from the beginning to become vassals of appreciation. Qin Feng's eyes lit up when he heard this, and he asked again, "Can anyone challenge?" "Of course not. First of all, you have to be young enough, and you can't be the saints of the major families. In the past 3,000 years, there have been 2 times when the prodigies from the wild land defeated the saints of the Holy Land. One of them married the saint and left calmly, and the other became the saint of the Suzaku Holy Land." The red-scaled eagle said that as one of the ancient Holy Lands, the Suzaku Holy Land has rich resources and many secrets. Practicing in the Holy Land is much faster than in the outside world. What's more, as an ancient Holy Land, it has elders with profound cultivation and terrifying strength. They can guide young people and help them avoid many detours. It is the first choice for many prodigies in the ancient world to practice. For those who are devoted to the Tao, few people would compete with the Holy Son for the Holy Daughter. After all, the fact that they are young and not Holy Sons has eliminated most of the young cultivators. The young people who can fight against the Holy Son of the ancient Holy Land can only be the Holy Son of the Holy Land. Since the Holy Son is excluded, how can ordinary cultivators be the opponent of the Holy Son of the Suzaku Holy Land? Since he can compete with the Holy Son for the Holy Daughter, Qin Feng is relieved. He is not afraid of anyone in a fight, so he gave up the idea of running away with Suzaku. Soon, Qin Feng was led to a sacred mountain in the Suzaku Holy Land. They were arranged to rest in a small courtyard of a side hall, ready to quietly wait for the arrival of the grand event in a few days. Little did they know that the news of Qin Feng's arrival had already spread on the sacred mountain of the Suzaku Holy Land, and countless young masters all cared about Qin Feng. The reason is that Qin Feng's strength has already spread throughout the entire Dongzhou. He was called the first person under the Holy Sun by some people with a heart. Many people wanted to see what Qin Feng was capable of, and whether he was really as powerful as the rumors said. The Suzaku sacred land was extremely sacred, and the aura was lingering here. Even the small courtyard where Qin lived was filled with spiritual energy. He practiced here, and felt that his progress in practice was much faster than outside. With the blessing of the jade prayer mat, Qin Feng felt that if he could enter the fourth level of the intention before the event, he would have a chance to enter the fourth level of the intention. The Suzaku sacred land had been passed down for a long time. It was very mysterious and ancient, and had endless legends. The disciples here are descendants of divine beasts, some come from all corners of the country, some come from beautiful places, and some come from poor mountains and bad waters. Without exception, they are all extraordinary. Ordinary people cannot become disciples of the Suzaku Holy Land. Like other major sects, this place is also divided into inner and outer sects. The inner sect disciples are selected from the outer sect disciples layer by layer. All of them are 1 in a million geniuses, and the sons of the Suzaku Holy Land are even more powerful, almost crushing their peers. At this moment, there are still a few days before the Holy Lord's grand meeting of the Suzaku Holy Land, but nearly 10,000 people have come here. Of course, more people will leave gifts and leave, because the ancient Holy Land is not a place for good men and women, and not all forces can get close to it. In addition to the real geniuses, only the spokespersons of several major forces in Yanbei have the opportunity to stay as guests on the ancient mountain. The next day, Qin Feng took the 2 girls to stroll around the Suzaku Holy Mountain. At this moment, the gate of the courtyard where he lived was forcibly pushed open, and a young man in white rushed in. "Are you Qin Feng?" Xiao Lun exuded a terrible pressure, surging towards Qin Feng, trying to suppress Qin Feng's momentum. "It's me, what's wrong with you?" Qin Feng found that the other party was not friendly. He looked calmly at the young man in white in front of him, and was not moved at all. These days, he has already become famous. I don't know who spread the news that he came to the Suzaku Holy Land throughout the sacred mountain. For a time, he became the target of many cultivators' challenges. However, a low-key person like Qin Feng naturally did not want to accept the challenge of others. He has been trying to contact the Suzaku saint. But unfortunately, some people said that they would bring a message to the saint, but the saint never contacted her, and he didn't know what happened. Qin Feng heard that you fought against Qin Yi, the quasi-saint son of the ancient Qin clan, and have extraordinary means. I want to try. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 283. At this time, there was a young man in white, who looked to be about 24 years old, and his cultivation level was as high as that of a mountain-moving one. At his age, being able to become a monk who can move mountains and move the heavens can indeed be called a genius. The young man in white took a step forward, and divine light rose up around him. The light intertwined behind him and suppressed Qin Feng. Qin Feng frowned slightly. He stepped on the immortal walk and swiped like a stream of light, and he ducked away in an instant. This place is the sacred mountain of Suzaku Holy Land. If we take action here, some buildings in Suzaku Holy Land will be destroyed. If the Holy Land is blamed, it will damage its own image. Why are you afraid? The young man was suspended in the air, his white robes flying around him, looking extremely sacred and elegant. There was a hint of sneer and disdain in the corner of his mouth, looking down at Qin Feng, very conceited. The movement spreading from this place naturally attracted the geniuses who lived near this villa. Dozens of masters appeared from all directions and surrounded them. It's Xiao Lun, a true disciple of the Brahma sect. The Brahma sect is a big sect in Nanling. I didn't expect that the other party would also send people to the Suzaku Holy Land to celebrate his birthday. This person actually wants to challenge Qin Feng. Qin Feng is in the limelight, Xiao Lun is so brave. What do you know? Xiao Lun is a genius, Qin Feng will never be his opponent. There are dozens of geniuses floating in the sky here. They are undoubtedly not monsters, they are outstanding people. Naturally, they also feel that they are not weaker than others. It is normal for some people to look down on Qin Feng and the two of them. It's a joke. I won't attack you just because you are no match for me. In my opinion, you may not be able to take any of my moves. Qin Feng stood in the small courtyard. He was dressed in white and had a shining luster all over his body. He looked superb and extremely sacred. Just kidding, the man in front of him is actually on a level that could move mountains. His strength is really not that strong. Qin Feng really doesn't take him seriously. It was easy for him to cross the realm and kill enemies. Even Qin Yi, who could move mountains to the second level, was no match for him, let alone the guy in front of him who was said to be Xiao Lun. Can't take your move? Then I really want to try it. Xiao Lun paused for a moment. He was aroused to be competitive. With a movement of his body, he rushed towards Qin Feng from the void at an extremely fast speed, like the speed of light. In mid-air, a white light flashed past, and Xiao Lun was above Qin Feng in an instant. His palm was like a heavenly monument and he flapped towards Qin Feng. The void was trembling, as if a huge mountain were suppressing it. The surrounding monks who were watching all changed their colors, and the spread of the power of the mountain-moving realm was frightening. Xiao Lun is definitely outstanding. He is young enough to become a master of moving mountain mirrors, and his palm is like a sacred mountain, extremely domineering. Bang! Qin Feng had no choice but to raise his hand and move forward to meet the attack. With the blessing of the Nine Forbiddens, his apparently ordinary palm touched Xiao Lun's palm, and a loud noise was heard in mid-air. The two of them were fighting against each other purely physically, and the explosion of divine power was like the collision of divine thunder, deafening. Boom! Xiao Lun was directly slapped by Qin Feng and flew backwards. His mouth was bleeding profusely, his palms were spasming, and his whole body was shaking. Everyone around was in an uproar. They couldn't believe what was happening in front of them. How powerful Qin Feng's body was, and he actually beat Xiao Lun's palm until blood flowed. I'll go, this palm must have the power to move mountains. Qin Feng is obviously still in the state of mental movement, but he actually has the strength to shake mountains with his hands. He is indeed worthy of being a god king. The geniuses suspended in the air here were all dumbfounded. The body of the god king was so terrifying. Only with the physical body, few could withstand his bombardment. That's it? No way. Qin Feng said speechlessly, with a touch of teasing on his face. Xiao Lun was so young and had the cultivation of moving mountain realm. He was actually very powerful. It was a pity that he met Qin Feng, a monster. Qin Feng crosses 10 small realms to kill enemies, which is as easy and relaxing as drinking water. Xiao Lun may still have hope of victory against ordinary monks, but against Qin Feng, he will only end up defeated. You. Xiao Lun was very angry. He was so despised by Qin Feng that his face turned red. He was encouraged by some friends, so he took the initiative to challenge Qin Feng. Unexpectedly, Qin Feng was slightly injured just after the confrontation, which made him lose his face. To be able to become a true disciple of the Brahma sect, he is already an outstanding genius. He is also a key target for training in the Brahma section. However, Qin Feng is very powerful and really has the magic power of a monster as rumored. Take another move from me. Xiao Lun naturally refused to admit defeat. It was just a test just now, and he had not yet used his true strength to fight Qin Feng. Okay, it's just idle time anyway. Qin Feng nodded. He felt that the other party was very confident, and he found it very interesting to directly break the other party's self-confidence. Boom! Xiao Lun thought, and 3 heavenly knives bloomed around him, flowing with terrifying energy. The 3 light blades slashed down, showing their utmost power. The void here continued to collapse and tremble. The small courtyard where Qin Feng was located was shaking, and everyone around him was shocked. They felt Xiao Lun's power and involuntarily stepped back. This Xiao Lun is also a monster. The 3 light knives spread to tens of feet. Each one is heavier than 10,000, and the void is trembling. Not enough. Qin Feng let out a long roar, his body trembled, and the God King's body was strange. Standing behind him, he waved the sun fist and struck forward. A dazzling golden light appeared in the void. If a scorching sun rose, endless golden light would bloom between the sky and the earth. This punch, a burst of solar energy, moved the sky and the earth, and instantly shattered the 3 light knives into the void. The light blades disintegrated, pierced the void, and spread out into ripples. With a boom, the small courtyard where Qin Feng was located couldn't bear the energy of the 2 people and collapsed directly. The place was filled with smoke and smoke. Hiss! The monks watching around were all stunned. They saw that the next round was directly knocked away by Qin Feng's blow. Bang! Xiao Lun flew directly to the courtyard wall and hit the overflowing strange stone, making a loud noise. The strange stone could not withstand the force of the shock, and cracks appeared in an instant, which was frightening. Kaka! In the end, the strange stone was still unable to withstand the force of the countershock and shattered into pieces. As for Xiao Lun, his body was also covered with cracks. Under Qin Feng's punch, his body was almost torn apart and he was seriously injured. The power of the God King is so terrifying. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 284. Xiao Lun of the Brahma sect is a genius of his generation, but he was beaten to vomit blood by Qin Feng's blow. What kind of boxing did Qin Feng use just now? Why does it look so terrifying? The people suspended in the air speculated on the martial arts Qin Feng used and felt it was very magical. Xiao Lun was seriously injured with just 1 punch, which made everyone amazed. The turmoil here naturally attracted the attention of many people. In an instant, the guards of the Suzaku Holy Land rushed here. In the void, there were 8 powerful masters, staring at Qin Feng below with ill intentions, which made Qin Feng feel a little hairy. Everyone, this matter has nothing to do with me. It was all done by that person. Qin Feng seemed to have no grace. He pointed directly at Xiao Lun lying on the ground and said, clearing himself of all responsibility. From the beginning, the reason why he didn't plan to take action was that he didn't want to damage the buildings of the Suzaku Holy Land, which would damage his image. Is that so? If we can't find the instigator, let all of you pay compensation. 2 of the 8 guards asked the geniuses standing aside. There are naturally many fights and challenges in the Suzaku Holy Land. Usually, challenges like this are usually fought in the martial arts field or the killing field. If there is a more terrifying existence, and there is also an ancient martial arts formation, it is really rare to fight directly in the Suzaku Holy Land and destroy buildings. It has nothing to do with us at this time. We are just watching the fun. It is indeed Xiao Lun who provoked first. Some people around said that they are at such a level of cultivation that they are all worth a lot. They can definitely pay for the value of such a small courtyard. But it is one thing for them to pay, but it is impossible for them to pay by themselves. They did not do it, but just made a fuss. After getting the exact answer, the 8 guards instantly landed beside Xiaolun and stretched out their hands to feel Xiaolun's breath. At this moment, Xiaolun collapsed on the ground. He looked listless and bleeding too much. He seemed to be in danger of dying at any time. The 8 guards all frowned. Xiaolun was a disciple of the Brahma section. He came here to celebrate the birthday of the Holy Lord of the Suzaku Holy Land. If he died in the Suzaku Holy Land for no reason during the competition, although the Suzaku Holy Land was not afraid of the Brahma sect, it would not sound good if it got out. Qin Feng, you hit too hard. The guard leader scolded. If Xiaolun died in their Suzaku Holy Land, it would damage the reputation of their holy land. Really? Is the opponent so weak? Qin Feng heard the words, his footsteps were mysterious, and he came to Xiaolun in an instant. His immortal steps were very fast. Everyone only felt a flash of white light in front of their eyes. When they focused their eyes, Qin Feng had already come to the middle of the 8 guards. At this moment, the 8 powerful guards looked dignified. If Qin Feng had attacked the 8 of them just now, he would have definitely severely injured them. Qin Feng's body movements were too strange, and his speed was far beyond the normal speed, as fast as the speed of light. Qin Feng's unobtrusive display of his skills instantly made the 8 guards respect him a lot. No matter where you are, you still have to speak with strength. Qin Feng's strength is strong enough to make the attitudes of the 8 guards become humble and respectful. Mr. Qin, Xiaolun is the pride of the Brahma section. Do you want us to ask the alchemist of the Holy Land to come and take a look? The leading guard made a suggestion to Qin Feng. Qin Feng's immortal steps just impressed him, making him very respectful, and even respectful to the name. It's okay, I'm not dead yet. Qin Feng waved his hand after hearing this, and he took out a few spiritual medicines in front of everyone. The next moment, the Suzaku divine fire appeared in Qin Feng's hand, and the fire immediately flowed with extreme meaning. The spiritual medicine was melted by Qin Feng in an instant, and turned into a healing pill, which soon took shape. As the healing pill took shape, Qin Feng withdrew the Suzaku divine fire, and the pill bloomed with 3 Danwen visions, and the spirit was steaming. Qin Feng didn't know that he was carrying it with his bare hands, and the quality was not low, with Danwen visions. Oh my god, Qin Feng, this alchemy technique is too crude, isn't it? What do you know? His technique is very simple. Didn't you see the 3 strange phenomena that appeared in the pill just now? This proves that he made the pill with his bare hands, and the quality is very high. At least he has the level of a master of alchemy. It is rumored that Qin Yi is a master of alchemy, but I didn't expect Qin Feng to be one too. In that case, the ancient Holy Land may not hold Qin Feng responsible for killing Qin Yi. Yes, Qin Feng is not only more powerful than Qin Yi, but also has the level of a master of alchemy. He is really a hot commodity now. Some of the geniuses who did not leave were discussing it. Qin Feng's brilliant performance stunned them instantly. Countless people changed their colors. A cultivator with extremely strong combat power is far less favored than a powerful master of alchemy. Such a person is enough for any force to extend an olive branch. All the people here are the pride of Dongzhou. Some people focus on alchemy, some specialize in formation, and some specialize in killing. There are not many geniuses who can cultivate the 2 methods to a very deep level. Qin Yi, who has endless fighting power and alchemy skills, is enough to attract the attention of the Holy Land. Originally, people thought that Qin Feng would be dissatisfied with the ancient Qin clan if he wiped out Qin Yi, but now it seems that Qin Feng's alchemy cultivation is not inferior to Qin Yi. He can completely match Qin Yi and do better than Qin Yi. When others were thinking about it, the 8 guards around felt even more shocked. At that moment, the vermilion bird divine fire appeared at Qin Feng's fingertips, spreading with extreme intent, and possessing an aura of supremacy, which made them all horrified. They could feel that Qin Feng used the real vermilion bird divine fire, which was different from the divine fire of the cultivation method they cultivated in the Vermilion Bird Holy Land. Qin Feng's Vermilion Bird divine fire was a real magical power, and it was extremely pure. More importantly, Qin Feng's magical power was so superb, far surpassing many cultivators in their holy land. How could this not shock them? Swish! Qin Feng pointed his finger, and a golden light dotted Xiao Lun's acupuncture point. Xiao Lun, who was in a coma, opened his mouth, and then Qin Feng fed him the pill. As Qin Feng refined the healing pills, he pointed at them and dissolved them in Xiao Lun's dantian. In an instant, Xiao Lun's body burst into life essences one after another, and in an instant, spiritual energy gathered in the sky. This place was sacred and brilliant, and the essence was so rich that it could not be dissolved. A white cloud visible to the naked eye formed above Xiao Lun. What an amazing effect of the medicine! Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 285. I'll go, with such an amazing medicinal effect, Xiao Lun is probably going to be a blessing in disguise right now. Here, the 8 guards are all real masters, and they have seen the changes brought about by the elixir. Xiao Lun's injuries were healing at a speed visible to the naked eye, and the Genkai in his body was surging, and he actually had a chance to enter the second world. Brush. Xiao Lun, who was lying unconscious on the ground, opened his eyes, and in an instant, 2 rays of light bloomed in his eyes. Quick, calm down and don't waste this opportunity. Zuluo, the leading guard of the Suzaku Holy Land, said quickly that he found that Xiao Lun was at a critical moment at this moment. If he didn't absorb this good fortune quickly, he would miss this opportunity. Xiao Lun was not a fool. He noticed something strange in his body in an instant, so he quickly calmed down and meditated. Afterwards, Xiao Lun's spiritual energy floated around him, and the infinite energy of life circled around him, making him appear ethereal and extraordinary. Everyone around looked at Xiao Lun, who was meditating and was filled with envy. After reaching the king-level realm in practice, it is extremely difficult to go further. Sometimes, once you have enlightenment, it is a great opportunity. Sometimes, due to bad luck, you will be stuck in the same situation for decades. Such an opportunity is something that can only be met but cannot be sought. Xiao Lun has the possibility to advance because of a challenge with Qin Feng, which makes everyone envy his bad luck. Buzz. Not long after, a shower of light spread out from Xiao Lun's body, and his practice advanced, becoming a monk who could move mountains and move 2 heavens. It's too fast. I'm so jealous. Some geniuses around were discussing, and they were surprised that the elixir refined by Qin Feng was so powerful. They were masters, so they naturally saw that Xiao Lun was seriously injured just now. The elixir that Qin Feng made in a hurry not only healed his injuries, but also allowed him to successfully advance. It was simply unreasonable. Thank you, Senior, for saving your life. Xiao Lun stood up. He felt that his realm had been broken through, which made a smile bloom on his face. He thanked the guard Zuluo on the side. Mr. Xiao, you have thanked the wrong person. It was the elixir that Mr. Qin refined just now that saved you and gave you the opportunity to advance. Zuluo, the leader of the guards, naturally did not dare to be greedy for merit. He was also very surprised that Qin Feng could easily refine such an elixir. What? Qin Feng saved me. Xiao Lun was confused for a while. He turned to look at Qin Feng standing aside. Would the other party be so kind to save him? Xiao Lun got the answer he wanted from the envious eyes of everyone around him. It was indeed Qin Feng who saved him just now, which shocked his heart. He provoked Qin Feng, but the other party not only did not bear grudges, but also spent precious elixirs to treat his injuries, which moved him very much. After all, he knew that the injury he just mentioned was extremely serious, and it would be completely impossible to recover without lying down for 10 days and a half. At this moment, Not only did he recover from his injuries, but his cultivation also broke through the mirror again. This was enough to show that the pills used by Qin Feng were extremely precious, which made him very grateful. "Thank you, Mr. Qin, for saving your life. I apologize for my rudeness just now. I hope Mr. Qin will not take the blame." At this time, Xiaolun bowed respectfully to Qin Feng. His attitude was extremely sincere and he admired Qin Feng so much that he almost fell to the ground. In response, Qin Feng turned around and gave him a slap on the back of his head. He waved his hand casually and said, "You don't have to thank me. Just pay the compensation for the damage to the courtyard later." Qin Feng came to the side of Wang Shui and Zhou Qing'er. The small courtyard where he had just lived had become ruins and could no longer be lived in. "Master Qin, please come with me. The guard leader Zhu Luo is preparing another elegant courtyard for Qin Feng." After seeing Qin Feng's extraordinary ability, he prepared to take Qin Feng to a quiet elegant garden. "Thank you very much." Qin Feng nodded slightly and followed Zhu Luo away. Xiaolun looked at Qin Feng's figure getting further and further away, and he was moved to tears. After spending such precious elixirs to save himself, the other party didn't even mention it and only asked him to compensate for the damaged courtyard. This moved him even more. In his opinion, the value of that elixir was enough to be worth 10 small courtyards. Qin Feng's move made his favor soar again. This time, the small courtyard that Suzaku Holy Land placed for Qin Feng was more elegant. There are pavilions, rock eyries, strange plants, springs, and there is a purple bamboo forest here, blooming with purple brilliance, very elegant. Not long after Qin Feng and the others settled down, the door of the small courtyard was opened again. Qin Feng looked up, and with his fiery eyes, he instantly saw the young man in white at the door. The other party was dressed in white and had black hair hanging loosely. He was none other than Xiaolun. "Let me go, is this kid itchy? Why is he here again?" Qin Feng frowned slightly. Could it be that this kid was still addicted after being abused, and he actually came to his small yard again? At this moment, Qin Feng, who was drinking tea in the pavilion in the yard, saw Xiaolun appearing at the door. He said speechlessly, "Why are you here again?" "Brother Qin, this little brother is here to thank you for your life-saving grace. I have ordered a banquet in the dining hall of the Suzaku Holy Land, and I hope that Brother Qin will appreciate it." Xiaolun was not here to cause trouble. He looked at Qin Feng with a smile on his face and slightly cupped his hands. His attitude was as sincere as he wanted. For it. Qin Feng was speechless. He actually wrongly blamed the other party. However, it was just a pill that he made casually, which was not worth much. The other party was so polite. Qin Feng's impression of him improved a lot. Wang Shui smiled secretly. She looked at Qin Feng's appearance and knew that the master must have thought of something wrong just now. Okay, we are hungry." Qin Feng hadn't spoken yet, and his little apprentice suddenly spoke quickly. She took the opportunity to hold Qin Feng's arm and blocked his arm in front of her breasts, saying, "Master, it's time for dinner. Now someone is treating us. It's a waste not to eat." "That's right, save as much as you can." Qin Feng nodded. Since the other party's hospitality was hard to refuse and it was time to eat, he nodded and agreed. "Well, lead the way." "Thank you, Brother Qin." Xiaolun was very happy when he heard this. He knew that Qin Feng could easily take out precious elixirs, and the other party didn't take it seriously at all, which showed that the other party was very arrogant. Moreover, such a precious elixir actually made him advance in an instant, which made him admire Qin Feng from the bottom of his heart. At the same time, he also had a bold idea. He hugged Qin Feng's thighs tightly, like a dogskin plaster. He believed that if he could get along well with Qin Feng and treat him as his younger brother, his future would definitely be limitless. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 286. At this time, the charity hall was filled with countless young people. After all, young people basically like to be lively. For those who are truly famous and shocking, someone will have food delivered to their guest room. Wow, it's Qin Feng here. I heard that Qin Feng is very powerful. He defeated Qin Yi, who was in the moving mountain realm, with his cultivation in the mental movement realm. His strength is very terrifying. At this time, countless young monks, boys and girls in the hall saw Qin Feng's figure, and they all secretly admired him in their hearts. Qin Feng's reputation has spread throughout the entire East continent, and it is rumored that except for the Holy Son of the Holy Land, few young people can suppress him. It is rumored that Qin Feng was once crippled in cultivation. In just 2 years, he has grown to this level again and is so powerful. God King Qin Feng fought against Qin Yi, the quasi-sage of the Qin tribe in the ancient Holy Land, more than 10 days ago. It was a showdown between geniuses. The final result ended with Qin Feng obliterating Qin Yi, which shocked countless talented practitioners. At this moment, some fans saw Qin Feng's figure, their eyes were filled with excitement, and they were very excited. Facing the looks cast by some girls around him, Qin Feng nodded slightly and smiled in return. Wow, so handsome. I really want to marry him. Countless girls' hearts trembled, little stars appeared in their eyes, all immersed in Qin Feng's divine temperament. This meant that there was some commotion for a while, and the scene was very heated. It is absolutely not possible to dine in the hall. Qin Feng's appearance caused a sensation here. Countless girls came here and wanted to get close to Qin Feng, so they would not be able to have a pleasant meal. Xiao Lun, a little fanboy, had already made sufficient preparations. He booked a classy private room. Brother Qin, girls, please sit down quickly. Xiao Lun had no airs at all and acted like a little follower. He led the way for Qin Feng and Wang Zhou. With a smile on his face, he invited Qin Feng and 3 people to take their seats. Qin Feng was a little speechless. This Xiao Lun was really good at things. He called himself his younger brother. This really made it easy to get closer to people and make people like him. In order to entertain Qin Feng, Xiao Lun made a good gesture. The elegant room he chose was relatively quiet and a very elegant first-class box. As the food and drinks were served, the 4 of them began to chat and eat. Just as the atmosphere in the room was gradually rising, there was a sound in front of the door of the box where Qin Feng and the others were. Master Xiao, I'm really sorry. Our waiter is an intern disciple who has just been transferred from the outer section. He mixed up the private rooms to determine the weight. Please see if you can give up this private room, and I will prepare another one for you. Better room. The person in charge of the Suzaku Holy Land dining hall is quite amiable. After all, this is their territory. Even Xiao Lun of the Brahma sect has to give them the Suzaku Holy Land a face. However, Xiao Lun didn't think so. His face was as dark as water. The atmosphere where he was about to recognize his elder brother was disrupted, which made him very angry. I'm entertaining distinguished guests today, and the dishes are all served. You asked me to give up my room. Are you kidding me? When Xiao Lun heard this, he immediately said in a cold voice, what if Qin Feng gets angry if he is asked to change to a private room at this time? Moreover, this matter will definitely leave a very bad impression in Qin Feng's mind. If he can't handle such a small thing, how can he hold Qin Feng's lap? Qin Feng originally wanted to say a few words, but seeing that Xiao Lun was not prepared to compromise, he also felt that it was better to do less than to do more. However, at this moment, someone else came to the door of Qin Feng's box. Qin Feng's soul sensed that there were 9 people coming, and they were all menacing, and all of them were not weak in cultivation. Clang! The door that was originally ajar was kicked open by the other party. Not only was the Suzaku Holy Land box extremely strong, I was afraid that the box door would burst into pieces under this kick. Because of this, Qin Feng could see that the other party was still quite afraid of the Suzaku Holy Land, otherwise if Qin Feng were to kick it, this kick would definitely smash the door into pieces. "Sir, I'm sorry, this guest room is already occupied. I'll have someone prepare a better room for you right away." As the door was kicked open, the person in charge of the Holy Land dining hall said quickly. His attitude was sincere and he seemed to be more respectful than Xiaolun. "No, I am attracted by this wing." Xiaoji was wearing a purple robe, looking graceful and luxurious, surrounded by 8 powerful guards. He is the legitimate son of the Xia family of the Yan Kingdom. He has a very noble status and has a very high level of cultivation. He has always acted in a domineering manner. This time, the Holy Lord of the Suzaku Holy Land celebrated his birthday, and he came with the head of the Xia family. "Young master, I'm really sorry. This matter was due to negligence on our part. We mixed up the rooms you booked with young master Xiao. I hope you will bear with me." The person in charge of the dining hall had a humble attitude. It was indeed their fault in the Suzaku Holy Land. It was reasonable for Xiaoji not to compromise. "How do you do things in Suzaku Holy Land? Tell them to get out and make room for me." Xiaoji is very unreasonable, saying that he is responsible for everything. Once a person like him has his reasons, he will not relax. How can he compromise? Unless the person in the private room is a real big shot. However, as Xiaoji led people into Qin Feng's box, he instantly saw the 4 Qin Feng people sitting in the box. Xiaoji's eyes only glanced at the faces of Qin Feng and Xiaolun, and then focused on the faces of Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui. At this moment, Zhou Qing'er's mouth was filled with food. She had a slender figure and sparkling skin, and looked extremely cute and attractive. Wang Shui was much more elegant. After all, she was once the mistress of Ruyi Palace and was very well educated. She also had long black hair, sparkling skin, and a charming and soft figure, which was extremely agile. She and Zhou Qing'er, one static and one dynamic, looked very attractive. In an instant, a young man like Xiaoji was attracted and stunned. He had seen countless beauties before, but Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui were among the most beautiful women he had seen, and they instantly attracted his attention. A young man like him had no other hobbies, but he liked to ravage beautiful women very much. The 2 girls made him very excited. When Xiaolun saw Xiaoji, he had already understood the general situation. He learned from the person in charge of the charity that the Suzaku Holy Land should have mixed up the private rooms, resulting in the heavy order. "Where did you come from, you bastard? Don't you know what first come first served means?" Xiaolun said coldly. He had no fear at all. Even if the private room was mixed up, so what? It wasn't his fault. He would never give up the private room. It was not easy for him to invite Qin Feng. If he angered Qin Feng, all his preparations to get closer to him would be in vain. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbspeed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 287. First come, first served. Well said, this is what I decided first, according to the principle of first come, first served, naturally you get out. Xiaoji's face was gloomy, the atmosphere was very tense, and there was an atmosphere of ruthless fighting if there was a disagreement. "Mr. Xia and Mr. Xiao, you two should calm down first, let's discuss it properly." The person in charge of the dining hall hurriedly acted as a clerk. If the 2 of them fought, the higher UPS would blame him for his incompetence. Mr. Xiao? So you are Xiao Lun from the Brahma sect who was beaten into shit. Xiaoji guessed Xiao Lun's identity after hearing this, and he teased. Strictly speaking, the Nanling Brahma sect and Xiaoji are equally powerful, but as the saying goes, a strong dragon cannot suppress a local snake. Even if the Brahma sect is very powerful, it is definitely not as good as the Xia family in Dian. Seeing the strong smell of gunpowder in the field, the person in charge of the dining hall knew that the breakthrough point still lies in Qin Feng. Sir, we will change you to a room in the upper room and serve you the same dishes again. The weapons are completely free. What do you think? The person in charge of the dining hall came out to fight the whole scene. He found that Qin Feng was still sitting on the chair calmly, and he didn't seem to care about what was happening around him. He also knew that Qin Feng was a distinguished guest invited by Xiao Lun. If Qin Feng could take the initiative to give in, Xiao Lun would not say anything, and the matter could be resolved satisfactorily. Well, okay. Qin Feng, who was sitting on the chair, nodded. Why not have a free meal again? Let's go. Qin Feng stood up and called Wang Shui and Zhou Qing'er to leave. Wait a minute, did I say let you go? Xiaoji looked at him coldly. Qin Feng was thinking about the cultivation of the third heaven. To be honest, he really didn't take Qin Feng seriously. He could kill a cultivator of this realm with just one finger. Compared with Xiao Lun, the other party was not worth mentioning at all. What's more, he didn't even take Xiao Lun seriously, so how could he take Qin Feng seriously? Huh. Qin Feng frowned when he heard this, and narrowed his eyes, and then saw a word Xia on Xiaoji's accessories. At the same time, he connected the service of those people behind Xiaoji to the people of the wealthy Xia family who besieged him not long ago, and this scene immediately made him feel cold. The person in front of him turned out to be from the Xia family. He had already had a feud with the Xia family. Since he was from the Xia family, he decided not to change the private room. Thinking of this, Qin Feng retreated and sat here again. He crossed his legs and faced Xiaoji in front of him without any fear. Xiaoji's cultivation level of the third level of moving mountains is really weak. If you have something to say, please say it quickly. Don't disturb me while I'm eating. Haha, you are so arrogant, you are only at the level of Yudong realm. Come here and admit your mistake, or I will break your dog legs. Xiaoji's face was gloomy. He looked at Qin Feng and sat back down. It seemed that the other party was not going to give up the room for him, which made him very angry. He had heard that Xiao Lun worshipped Qin Feng and had a grudge with Qin Feng, which was why he dared to scold Xiao Lun. And, he didn't care about this unknown cultivator in front of him. Damn it, get out of here, or I will kill you without mercy. Qin Feng was furious when he heard this. A flash of cold hair appeared in his eyes, and a fierce aura burst out. This guy is too arrogant. If Qin Feng had been arrogant and explosive before, he would have beaten his head into a pig's head long ago. However, this is the holy land of Suzaku. Qin Feng still hopes to take less action, and it would be best if he could not take action. Xiaoji was shocked by Qin Feng's aura. Qin Feng was only at the third level of the wool-moving realm, but he was so arrogant. Boom! Xiaoji winked at the guards around him. 4 of the 8 guards behind him stepped forward directly, spreading a strong pressure and suppressing Qin Feng. Qin Feng sat motionless on the chair. He did not show any fear. The 4 people in front of him were all at the moving mountain realm, but he was still fearless. However, in Xiaoji's eyes, Qin Feng was frightened and dared not move. He looked at Wang Shui and Zhou Qing'er with evil in his eyes. 2 beauties, it is better to follow me than to follow this waste. I guarantee that you will enjoy endless wealth and glory. Xiaoji showed a smile that he thought was very handsome. A strong aura lingered on him, and the cultivation of the third level of the moving mountain realm spread out, showing a strong qualification. You are not even worthy of carrying the master's shoes. Zhou Qing'er is not a girl who will indulge others. She was very angry when she saw that the other party was so rude to the master. She accused him bluntly and did not take Xiaoji seriously at all. Wang Shui on the side did not speak, but she was not in a good mood. A mere playboy from a noble family was not worthy of being compared with Qin Feng. Stinky girl, quite fierce, but I like them, take them down. At this moment, Xiaoji gave an order, ignoring Xiaolun and the person in charge of the dining hall of the Suzaku Holy Land, and gave an order. Behind him, the 4 guards formed a field shape, intentionally or unintentionally blocking in front of Xiaolun, who was in charge of the domain, and the powerful momentum lingered on the 2 of them, making them unable to take action. At the same time, Xiaoji took action with a burst of momentum, and grabbed Zhou Qing'er, trying to catch Zhou Qing'er in his hands. "Come here, my little beauty." Zhou Qing'er's face changed. She had just entered the spiritual transformation realm, and was no match for the mountain-moving realm. Even Wang Shui, who was about to enter the realm of intention, could not compete with Xiaoji, who was in the realm of moving mountains. "Get out!" Qin Feng shouted angrily, and the Sun God Fist was performed. He punched out with a powerful force that shook the dining hall. The Sun Fist was derived from the Kunpeng Fist under the immortal level. As we all know, the Kunpeng Fist is the combination of the Sun Fist and the Taiyan Fist. At this moment, Qin Feng only used the Sun Fist to attack, and it burst out with a powerful force that shook the whole dining hall. The eyes of the person in charge of the dining hall changed, and he was a little shocked. In an instant, he understood the identity of the guest invited by Xiaolun. It was Qin Feng who had the intention to move the 3rd heaven, so he could burst out with such fighting power. Xiaoji was shocked, his face changed, and a palm had been slapped out. The arrow was on the string and it was impossible to take it back. At this moment, he felt Qin Feng's powerful momentum and could only fight with all his strength, because he could not think too much, and Qin Feng's fist was coming. Swish! Xiaoji's guards were powerful and all of them were monks at the mountain-moving realm. At this moment, they knew that the only way to save Xiaoji was to attack Wei and save Zhao. So, the 4 of them attacked with all their might, with mighty palm winds, all hitting Qin Feng's vital points, forcing Qin Feng to change his tactics, fight against the 4 of them, and give up Xiaoji. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 288. The plan of Xiaoji's 4 guards failed. Qin Feng's face was indifferent. The 4 of them joined forces to attack, and he didn't care at all. The moment the 4 people's attacks hit Qin Feng's Sun Fist blasted away, destroying all obstacles. There was only a bang, a violent sonic boom, followed by an extremely frightening scream that spread out. Xiaoji's entire palm collapsed instantly after being hit by Qin Feng and turned into blood mist. He was completely unable to stop Qin Feng's move. At the same time, the attacks of the 4 guards also hit Qin Feng. The energy here was rioting, and the fighting power was shocking. Clang! 4 metallic trembling sounds came, and the killing moves of Xiaoji's 4 guards all bombarded Qin Feng's body, and there was a sound like gold and iron clashing. Afterwards, the 4 guards from the moving mountain realm were all blown away by the energy from the backlash. In an instant, they smashed through the wall and fell into the dining hall with a bang, their blood boiling and they vomited blood. The young boys and girls who were eating in the hall were all stunned. Why didn't someone open their eyes and dare to act so brazenly in the Suzaku Holy Land? Hey, aren't these 4 people the guards of the Xia family? Why were they injured? I just saw Xiaoji going to Xiaolun's room with his guards. Why did he get beaten up? The boys and girls in the hall showed strange expressions. They saw the 4 people lying on the ground bleeding profusely, and they were afraid that they would become disabled even if they were cured. At this moment, in the box where Qin Feng was, Xiaoji was completely frightened. Big beads of sweat were pouring out of his forehead. No matter what, he couldn't believe that his 4 powerful guards were directly counterattacked by Qin Feng. The energy released by the shock caused serious injuries in seconds. What's more important is that, with his cultivation level of the 3rd level, in a head-to-head battle with the opponent, his palms collapsed into blood mist. What is the origin of the opponent? Why is it so outrageous? Are you Qin Feng? Suddenly, Xiaoji understood that Qin Feng was probably the only cultivator of Fei Shenzi who could kill his own arm with such ease. Yes, it's me. Qin Feng's lips curved with a cold expression. The other party was domineering and arrogant, and more importantly, he actually wanted to attack his good apprentice and maid. That was simply asking for death. However, this is the holy land of Suzaku after all, so Qin Feng naturally wants to give Suzaku face and do less killing on the holy mountain. Otherwise, with his previous violent temper, it would be impossible for the other party to still stand in front of him. Qin Feng, I am a disciple of the great Yangxia family. You can't kill me. If you kill me, your end will definitely not be easy. At this moment, Xiaoji felt the fierce evil aura in Qin Feng's eyes, and instantly turned pale with horror. There was still hope for recovery of his broken arm. If the other party kills directly, everything will be over and there will be no future. Go away, don't disturb my meal. Qin Feng sat on the stool and did not move at all. He waved his hand casually, and suddenly, a whirlwind blew in the box. Under the blessing of the 9 forbiddens, an ordinary palm wind suddenly burst out with 81 levels of power. In an instant, Xiaoji was knocked out of the room by Qin Feng in front of everyone, and fell into the hall. He fell onto his back. When Xiaoji's other 4 guards saw this, they all came towards Qin Feng. Not surprisingly, the 4 of them were also blown away by Qin Feng, causing chaos in the dining hall of the Suzaku Holy Land. Qin Feng, wait for me. Xiaoji got up from the ground with difficulty. He and 8 disabled guards supported him and quickly opened the dining hall. Qin Feng didn't care about this, at least on the Suzaku Holy Mountain. Even the head of the Xia family did not dare to take action rashly, and the people of the Suzaku Holy Land would never sit idly by. As for once he leaves the Suzaku Holy Mountain, he will no longer be afraid. His Pango's feet are so powerful that they can send all the monks of the Xia family to see the King of Hell in an instant. After doing all this, Qin Feng acted as if nothing had happened. He still sat on the chair and started eating. Such a calm and composed expression instantly shocked Xiaolun and others. He looked at Qin Feng's light and calm expression, and the fear in his heart disappeared. He sat aside and started pouring wine for Qin Feng. It was only then that Xiaolun discovered that when Qin Feng was attacked by the 4 guards, he not only completely blocked the attacks of the 4 guards, but also used his true energy to protect the food on the dining table. Not even a drop of wine was spilled. This kind of control method was enough to prove that Qin Feng was able to do it with ease. The person in charge of the dining hall was slightly surprised when he saw this scene. His strength was pretty good and he had the ability to move mountains to the 5th level. He realized that at this time, he could not see where Qin Feng's bottom line was. Qin Feng's combat effectiveness was far beyond what ordinary people could understand. A genius like Qin Feng is no weaker than the Holy Sun. If such a person can stay in their Suzaku Holy Land, it will be enough to give them a very powerful disciple. When you grow up in the future, you may also be able to protect your safety. 2 young men and 2 girls, please take your time. I will go to the kitchen and prepare you 2 special dishes. The person in charge of the dining hall bowed slightly, walked out, called a waiter, gave a few instructions, and then left in a hurry. Qin Feng's performance exceeded his expectations. He felt that a proud man like Qin Feng was worth winning over and should not be offended. Qin Feng's future achievements are definitely limitless. If he can establish a good relationship with him, the Suzaku Holy Land may benefit from it in the future. And all the breakthrough points of the matter are all in the Suzaku Holy Girl. If she can handle it well, Qin Feng can be tied to the chariot of the Suzaku Holy Land. More importantly, Qin Feng and the Xia family have a grudge at this moment. If the Holy Land can resolve the grudges, it can be regarded as a favor to Qin Feng. Since Qin Feng didn't know the owner of the dining hall, he thought so much in an instant. Soon after they had enough wine and food, they came to the hall and prepared to leave. With the appearance of Qin Feng, the monks in the hall all had shining eyes and confirmed that everything just now was done by Qin Feng. Qin Feng directly blasted away the 8 guards of the Xia family from the dining hall and crippled Xiaji's arm. This grudge is probably made, and Xiaji will never let it go. These people naturally didn't know that Qin Feng had made enemies with the Xia family more than once. He had killed a disciple of the Xia family in Suanwu City, and when he first entered Yanbei, he also killed a descendant of the Xia family. On his way to the Suzaku Holy Land, he was besieged by the elders of the Xia family, who had long had an irreconcilable hatred. Qin Feng is still domineering, just like his style, fearless. Some cultivators praised that Qin Feng dared to take action in the Suzaku Holy Land, so is there anything he dare not do? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 289. There was a commotion in the dining hall of the Suzaku Holy Land. Everyone fixed their eyes on Qin Feng and were shocked. Qin Feng was so strong that he directly destroyed an arm of the young master of the Yangxia family. This is not a small grudge. The Xia family has stood firm in the Yan kingdom for thousands of years. They are very powerful and are the predators here. Qin Feng's move is undoubtedly a breakthrough for Tai Sui, and it is foreseeable that the Xia family will never give up. This episode did not attract Qin Feng's attention. Under the leadership of Xiao Lun, the 4 of them walked half a circle around the holy mountain. After learning some information, they prepared to return to their small courtyard. At this time, dozens of powerful young men rushed over and surrounded Qin Feng and the 4 of them. This place is a bit remote, with piles of rocks and tall and graceful trees. Qin Feng saw the symbol of the Xia family on their bodies. Are you Qin Feng? A young man in the lead looked at Xiao Lun, who was standing aside. He felt a powerful aura from Xiao Lun's body, so he asked. He was the youngest among this group of people, and he was the first to speak. As for the others, they all looked at Qin Feng. Some of them had seen Qin Feng's portrait, and some felt that the divine power contained in Qin Feng's body was as powerful as a volcano. No. Xiao Lun's heart condensed slightly. These people came for Qin Feng, and they were obviously not good-natured. He glanced at Qin Feng subconsciously. These dozen people were monks from the Xia family, and their target was Qin Feng. No? So he's your kid? The young man who spoke just now was very resentful. He glanced at Qin Feng coldly. Qin Feng did not admit or deny this. These people were monks from the Xia family. Qin Feng was too lazy to care about these people with cerebral palsy. Seeing that Qin Feng did not deny it, Xia Yun knew that the man in front of him was undoubtedly Qin Feng. You are nothing but a piece of trash that affects the 3rd level of heaven. Killing is like searching for something from a bag. Xia Yun stood up and looked at Qin Feng with a very unkind look. Xiaji, a direct descendant of the Xia family, was severely injured by Qin Feng. This was the time to defeat Qin Feng and show off in front of the family head, elders, and others. If Qin Feng can be directly killed, the family heads and elders will look at him differently. What's more, in recent days, the Xia family has suffered heavy losses, which made every one of them feel angry. It would be fine if so many masters were killed by unparalleled powerful men, but they were killed by a young man in the telekinetic realm, which made them feel shameless and very angry. So much so that countless geniuses of the Xia family really want to kill Qin Feng and wash away the shame of the Xia family. When some of the geniuses who came here with the Xia family patriarch learned that Xiaji had also been injured by Qin Feng, their anger soared, so some of them took the lead in finding Qin Feng before the Xia family patriarch. "You're a piece of trash, I can slap you to death with just one slap." Qin Feng's eyes were very cold, and his eyes were extremely disdainful. This young man dared to pretend to be a big deal in front of him, but in fact it was not worth mentioning at all. The opponent's strength is clearly at the top level of a mountain, and is not as good as Xiaji's, but he dares to show off in front of him. It's really unbelievable. The Xia family are all such idiots, so it's no wonder they go against themselves time and time again. As everyone knows, the people of the Xia family have always been very domineering, and the genius of the Xia family is also very impressive, with few rivals among young people. It was because they met the monster Qin Feng and were killed and injured by Qin Feng repeatedly that the geniuses of the Xia family were very depressed recently. Haha, that's not a small tone. You are looking for death. Xia Yun is very indifferent. Qin Feng doesn't take him seriously. In front of nearly 50 Xia masters, does this mean he doesn't want to live longer? Xia Yun is only about 20 years old, so it's no wonder he is so proud. He can be regarded as a genius in the entire Yan kingdom. If you don't accept it, I'll slap you to death. Qin Feng was too lazy to talk nonsense to Xia Yun. On the one hand, he went out for so many walks to relax, and on the other hand, he also lured the Xia family members out and solved them all in one go. To avoid returning to the small courtyard and being troubled by the other party from time to time, disturbing his practice. Court death. Xia Yun's cold voice came, and a big sword condensed in the void. The sword energy surged and slashed towards Qin Feng, extremely domineering. Idiot. Qin Feng's eyes narrowed, and he punched forward, filling the air with Taiyan energy. In an instant, Taiyan fist collapsed the sword in the void and dissipated into nothingness. Moreover, the energy of Taiyan continued to be powerful, moving towards Xia Yun to cover it, shocking the earth. For a moment, Xia Yun felt as if he had fallen into an ice cellar. Countless goosebumps arose on his body, and he felt that something was wrong. Brush. Xia Yun's steps were mysterious, he turned into a stream of light and hid in a hurry. Puff. The lunar energy Qin Feng waved out instantly hit a big tree. The big tree melted directly like black snowflakes, which was terrifying. The cultivation level is only as high as that of a mountain-moving person. He is not even as good as that kid from not long ago, but he still dares to be arrogant in front of me. Two cold lights bloomed in Qin Feng's eyes. He put his hands behind his back and looked at Xia Yun in front of him, with a peaceful look on his face. That good-for-nothing Xiaji is used to being pampered and his body has been drained by wine and sex. How can he compare with this young master? The corner of Xia Yun's mouth curled up with a cold smile. He could achieve the level of cultivation that could move mountains now, which was truly upgraded in battle. His is a genius who has truly overcome the gap between life and death. He is a top master trained by the Xia family. Although his level is not as high as that of the lower realm, his combat power is not weak, and it must be stronger. Haha, the blowing is really loud. You are so powerful, then why are you running away? Qin Feng sneered disdainfully. This kid's spiritual sense is quite sharp. If the opponent he punched just now was forced to receive it, he would be seriously injured even if he didn't die. However, Qin Feng was a little strange. Dozens of people from the Xia family were surrounding him, but the people from the Suzaku Holy Land did not run out. 20 people were hiding in the distance to investigate. What on earth were they planning? Senior brother, why don't we go there? Zuluo said with some doubts. Not long ago, he returned directly to the Holy Lord's Hall and told everything he saw and heard. This also includes his speculation that Qin Feng is outstanding and must have the appearance of a holy son. If he can stay in the Suzaku Holy Land, his future will definitely be limitless. Junior brother Zuluo, not just any cat or dog can join our Suzaku Holy Land. Why don't you let me bother you first? You can see how extraordinary this Qin Feng is before you make a decision. Zhu Yang, the inner sect elder of the Suzaku Holy Land, said, stroking his beard and looking coldly. Now is the chance to see if Qin Feng is as extraordinary as the rumors say. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 290. According to external rumors, Qin Feng is a genius, the first person under the Holy Sun of the ancient Holy Land. However, Zhu Yang doesn't think so. Their Suzaku Holy Land is one of the long-standing holy places in the ancient continent. The ancient Holy Land is aloof from above. If you want to join the inner sect, you must be a true hero. Senior brother, this Qin Feng is indeed outstanding. The fact that he directly defeated Xiaoji and Xiaolun is enough to prove his excellence. Right now he is being besieged by dozens of beings in the mountain-moving realm, which is undoubtedly very dangerous. Zuluo frowned and said, no matter whether Qin Feng is as extraordinary as the rumors say, just defeating Xiaoji Xiaolun is enough to be called a genius. Don't worry, if you want to be a true disciple of our Holy Land, it's not enough without the belief that we are all invincible. Zhu Yang said lightly, as the true successor of their Suzaku Holy Land, they are all among the best. If Qin Feng's performance is not outstanding enough, then he will never win over Qin Feng. But Zuluo was a little anxious. Qin Feng's performance was not just as simple as being invincible at the same level. He was killing enemies across great realms. Before he could finish his words, he noticed that Xia Yun waved. Suddenly, the 8 monks behind him walked away. Come forward. The auras of these 8 people are very powerful, they have all reached the 3rd level of moving mountains, and they are more powerful than Xiaoji's guards. These 8 people are the war servants who have been following Xia Yun all year round, and they are Xia Yun's dead soldiers. Xia Yun waved his hand, and the 8 people around him formed a circle, surrounding Qin Feng. Teach him a lesson. Xia Yun laughed ferociously, his steps were strange, his big hands covered the sky and the sun, and he grabbed Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui. In his opinion, Qin Feng was extraordinary and would not be a match for the 8 dead men of his. The 2 women beside Qin Feng were both outstanding and could be used to warm the bed. Court death. Qin Feng was furious, and a God King vision appeared behind him, bursting with overwhelming power. A bright moon rose in the sea, and the bright moon rose in the strange sea. In an instant, under the blessing of the 9 forbiddens, a white moon blade blasted out, with extremely powerful power. Aha! The bright moon blade was so devastating that it couldn't resist it at all and struck Xia Yun's body. In an instant, Xia Yun's face turned pale, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. Even the treasure armor he was wearing could not protect him, and it shattered into scrap metal in an instant. You must know that this is the supreme treasure armor of the King of Heaven, and its defensive power is extremely terrifying. However, facing Qin Feng's light blade, it shattered in an instant and could not be stopped at all. King Qin's divine king vision has not yet reached the level of immortal martial arts, and his Shura divine king kung fu is still at the level of the heavenly king. However, with the blessing of the 9 forbidden skills, its power is comparable to that of ordinary immortal martial arts. What are you still doing? Take action. Xia Yun's aura was violent, and with one blow, he was almost cut open by Qin Feng's moon blade. Facing Qin Feng's mere cultivation of the 3rd heaven, he actually felt like facing the power of heaven and earth. At that moment, he almost thought he was going to die. Qin Feng in the body of a god king was so powerful. Kill. Superior. The 8 masters roared one after another. They swarmed forward and moved the cultivation of the 3rd level of the mountain. The 8 of them jointly performed it, their combat effectiveness doubled, and their momentum was soaring. Crap one of your arms and let you have a long memory. Qin Feng's eyes froze. Wow, a Taiyan 7-kill sword appeared in his hand. The Tadian 7-kill sword was so powerful that he displayed 8 sword moves in an instant. The Tadian 7-killing sword, blessed by the 9 forbiddens, is extremely sharp, and its 8 sword moves are as fast as lightning and disappear in a flash. Hey, this guy is interesting. Qin Yang, the elder of the inner sect of the Qin family, stroked his beard in approval. With Qin Feng's fighting power, it is indeed very good to be able to force Xia Yun back with one move, but this is not enough. If you want to enter the ancient family, you must be more outstanding. Qin Feng swung his sword, and 8 lightning bolts drove back the 8 war servants. He seemed to be extremely skillful. However, Qin Yang still wanted to see how Qin Feng could escape. Facing dozens of masters, even the true disciples of the Suzaku Holy Land would be in a hurry. He wanted to see how Qin Feng would deal with it. More importantly, he was confident in his own strength. He felt that he could kill Qin Feng at the most critical moment and make Qin Feng feel grateful to him, so he decided to wait and see. Boy, you succeeded in irritating me. I will kill you completely and keep your 2 women under my crotch at the same time. Xia Yun sneered again and again. He was defeated in Qin Feng's hands repeatedly, which made his face extremely ugly, intending to disturb Qin Feng's state of mind. Qi La came out, and Qin Feng took action decisively. This man actually tried to disturb him verbally. He really didn't know how to live or die. The Tadian 7-killing sword streaked across the sky, a sharp sword energy rose into the sky, and the space collapsed inch by inch. Speaking filthy words and cutting off your arm will make you lose your memory. Qin Feng shouted low. He decided to pair Xia Yun and Xia Ji's arms. Blood spurted out, the sword energy flew through the air, one of Xia Yun's arms was cut off directly by Qin Feng, blood spurted out, and Lao Gao screamed. As a being who could move mountains, Xia Yun, no matter how powerful his combat power was and how sharp his spiritual sense was, he still couldn't defend himself against the absolute speed, and his arm was chopped off by Qin Feng. Brush. The sword energy surged horizontally, and the 8 masters who followed were completely unable to withstand Qin Feng's strength and were directly knocked away. And, in an instant, Qin Feng transformed into 8 figures and wielded 8 swords. Chi-chi-chi. Even your 8 battle servant monks couldn't stop Qin Feng's moves. In an instant, 8 arms flew horizontally and blood spurted out. What a terrifying method! Is Qin Feng really only capable of moving the 3rd heaven? The other people in the Xia family who were watching were all dumbfounded. Qin Feng's performance was too strong, which made them pale with horror. All of this actually happened in just a few seconds. Qin Feng chopped off one of Xia Yun's and the 8 great servants' hands in an instant. Ah! The arms of Xia Yun and his servants were cut off, and their wails and pain spread in all directions. The fishy smell flowed here, and blood filled the air. Xia Yun and the war servant each swallowed the elixir instantly and connected their fingers near the wound to seal the acupuncture points. Then everyone's eyes were red, staring at Qin Feng with murderous intent. Xiao Lun, who originally wanted to go out to help Qin Feng, was stunned. Qin Feng's performance was too strong and there was no need for his help at all. This scene really shocked Zhu Yang and Zhu Luo. Qin Feng's performance was simply too violent and unmatched. Especially when Qin Feng chopped off 9 Xia family members' arms in an instant, he was so relaxed and effortless at all. In other words, Qin Feng's fighting power and momentum are more than enough, and he is afraid that he can easily escape from the dozens of monks around him. Come together and kill him. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbs feed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix.